Well, good afternoon. My name is Tom Santos, and we're doing something a little differently today. We have a new program called Promote Connecticut Lions District 23C. I've been a member of the Lions for so many years I've forgotten, but the program is meant to introduce Lions to the public and let you know what it's all about. My first guest is the district governor of 23C, which is the I'll let him explain that. Anyway, his name is Jan Miller. Jan and I have been friends for many years. And I like to say that I got you into this mess.
You did.
I promoted you to, into the district zone chairman, and you've just gone ahead with like that, and that's fantastic. I welcome you.
And we still remain friends.
And we do remain friends, even though it... But Jan lives in Mystic, and he's a member of the Groton Lions Club, and he's the governor. The state of Connecticut is split into three parts, A, B, and C.
That's
C
correct.
being this section out here. You can explain that a little bit. But he's the governor of District 23C, and as such, he presides over many districts, many clubs. And Jan, why don't you tell us about 23C?
All right. The reason I actually came on tonight is that October is our membership month. And I figured I wanted to get the word out. There's such a misconception about the Lions that we collect eyeglasses, period. Right. I mean, I have no idea how many times I've been asked, do you do something else, or is it just the eyeglasses? So anyway, I wanted to give you a little opportunity to understand what we go through. The Lions Club itself is the largest non-governmental organization in the world.
Yes.
We're 1.4 million people in 207 countries.
That's amazing.
We've got 45,000+ clubs all over the world. And we just had an international convention in Busan, Korea, and there were 55,000 registered members. It set a national record and for the world greatest attendance. But anyway, the Lions Club itself was formed back in 1917 through a gentleman by the name of Melvin Jones, who was an insurance salesman. And he contacted people in the area and asked them to, let's get together. One can do a lot, but as groups and different clubs, we can do so much more. So in 1917, they assembled, they organized the groups, and then they started building, bringing new people in. And in 1925, the notoriety had gotten so great that Helen Keller, that most people here will be familiar with the name, came to the International Convention and spoke to the group of Lions and asked them to be her Knights of the Blind. And from that point on, that's one of our major goals in life, is helping the blind people. But getting back to our district, multiple district is the main name, but we have A, B, and C. A being the western part of the state, B is up the northern and down towards the middle, and then the C, which I'm the district governor of, is from Thompson over to Vernon, down through Middletown, over to Clinton, and then to Pawcatuck and all the towns within. There's 55 towns. So it's quite a big area to go to. And I've got to visit all those clubs and speak to them all sometime during my year in office. But
so besides glasses, and I know I get the same thing. Oh yeah, you get the people that collect glasses. You've got for the eyes, right?
Yeah.
And we do so much more.
So much more, and that's, if you didn't mind, I wrote down some things that I wanted to say to the people. Mm-hmm. The Lions Club is by invitation only. You know, you have to be invited to join, but I'm hoping to get this word out to everyone so you'll know there's a lot more we do than just the eyeglasses. Right. And if anyone is interested, please contact us, and we'd be happy to speak to you and go to your house. Or
let me just say that if you're interested in getting in the Lions Club, to join a club, you don't really have to join. Just come to a meeting. But you can get a hold of Jan, myself, or anybody. If you know anybody that's a Lions, say, you know, I'd like to see what you do in a meeting.
Exactly.
And come on in. We'd be happy to invite you in and talk to you.
Exactly. Some of the other things that I'd like to highlight that the Lions are involved with. First of all, every dollar that is collected by the Lions Club International goes back to the community and goes back to helping disasters throughout the world, everywhere. Not 1 cent goes for administrative cost. All the money that's used for the cost of the administration is taken out of the interest that we have from putting the money into investments. So every cent, every penny goes back to the public.
That's great.
Now there's been several campaigns for the Site First. There's been 2 big ones, which began in 1990, and the Lions raised more than $415 million to combat preventative blindness. That's one of their items. 7.8 million people have had their sight restored through cataract surgeries. There have been more than 137 million treatments for river blindness in 15 countries in Africa and Latin America.
Can I just
Sure.
say something on that? And it was actually Lions that were performing all these services.
Lions everywhere.
Free of service.
Everyone. We have doctors, we have dentists, we have people from every walk of life, truck drivers. It doesn't matter. A Lion is just someone that really wants to serve and that feels fortunate enough that we can give back to the community.
And the nice part is our dollar goes further because we don't pay for payrolls.
It goes all the way. That's right.
sorry, go ahead.
Every penny of that goes. No, and that's a good point to just keep bringing up. People wonder, oh, well, they've seen some of the other bigger organizations, and I won't use the names, but you know, they'll say, oh, I did a study on that, and 85% of it goes to the administration, and 15% of what they collect goes to the people.
Yeah.
100% that we collect through fundraisers go back to the community and the people.
Yeah.
Also, since 2001, there have been 121 million children that have received preventative and rehabilitation eye care services. Other major projects that they've involved with is tsunamis. We came up with millions of dollars to help the relief over there. The Katrina, we not only contributed millions of dollars there, within hours, we had sent $10,000 to get them even started, just to get some administration stuff moving so they could have a contact point. We had people from Connecticut that actually drove truckloads, 2 times, truckloads of goods and furniture and food down to the New Orleans area.
Yeah.
So that every relief effort, the Lions are involved with. Anything, even in Springfield, we had that flooding. They were there immediately.
And it's not just here in the United States.
Oh, all over the world.
It's a problem any place, we're there because there's members. And the nice thing is we're immediately, because we live in the towns. The people in Louisiana called, got money.
One phone call.
Yeah.
That's all it takes to the LCI, and they were on the way.
Yeah. And the other one it kind of irritates me is that when 9/11 hit and those buildings went down, Lions had 2 huge trucks, trailers, parked on the site, and all the fire people, the emergency people, went in, changed their clothes, took a nap, took a shower, got fed, went out the back door and go back out again. And there was never a piece of information in any of the newspapers or anything. And we spent millions in there too.
Millions there. And one that the people here in Connecticut would be familiar with is in Middletown, when they had that explosion a couple years ago.
Right. Yeah.
Within hours, the clubs from the Lions area in that vicinity had set up a food trailer, and they started distributing and helping people. It was just a matter of hours. No one called up and said, oh, who's going to help us? They heard about it, and they were there.
And there's no red tape.
No red tape whatsoever. Some of the other things that the Lions International does, they're involved with the Opening Eyes, and that's a partnership with Special Olympics. And in the past 12 years, they've screened 211,000 athletes and provided more than 99,000 prescription glasses. One last thing is the Lions Quest, which is another program for life skills for children from kindergarten to 12th grade, in which more than 12 million children have taken part. One of the most current initiatives is for the measles, and 41 million children will benefit from this program, which combines fighting blindness and measles. And the interesting thing about that is we call it one shot, one life. For $1, you can help someone's life. Bill Gates, who has the opportunity to talk to anyone in the world, any organization, the bigger ones that you may be familiar with, which I won't mention, he chose the Lions Club because he knew what we did and how we handle our finances. He guaranteed us that he would put up to $5 million, which would be 50% for everything we collect. If we collect $10 million, he will put $5 million with us for this initiative. And it's,
Wow.
that's such a great
fantastic.
effort on that. But this current year, we have a new initiative that came up. Each year, the president from the International has his own little pet project. Last year, we had Dr. Tam, who was from China.
Yeah.
And he wanted to promote environment. He went around at his international convention and asked that each district governor please obligate a certain number of trees that you'll help me out with, and you'll plant them from your district. Mm-hmm. So each governor put down so many that they would do, not knowing how many he actually wanted. And the figure was somewhere around 1 million trees.
Wow.
Well, he called for the first month, and there was no trees. And then he called and he said, well, there's one tree. We just got that figure in here now, and that was the tree that he had planted. So he started panicking, but within 3 months, the figures started coming in. Now, last year, he said that they had reached almost 8 million trees.
Wow.
I saw him at the USA-Canada Forum this past September, just a few weeks ago, and I said, has that figure increased? He says, I am up to over 15 million trees.
No
So
kidding.
he's hit the total. So this year, our international president is Wayne Madden, and he's from Indiana. He and his wife are both educators. They have chosen literacy awareness as their key effort this year to try to promote things. And it's amazing, because in the U.S., only 1 out of 5 people can read better than a 5th grader.
Oh, my God.
When I saw that figure, I was astounded.
Ah.
I had no idea that figure existed here in the United States. 26% of the world cannot read as well as a 10-year-old. So we've got information out to the different clubs within our district. We have I made a literacy awareness chairman this year, which would be second vice district governor Nanette Burdick from Mystic. And she's coming up with ideas to go along with their program, which is a RAP, which is a reading action plan. So she's asked each of the clubs to come up with ideas how they can help out, whether it's book collections or what. So there's going to be more of that announced as later on.
Wow.
But so that's pretty much with the international. I wanted to make sure that everybody was aware. We do a lot more than I-class collection.
And we'll get into the fundraising, how we get all this money shortly.
Yeah. So and in fact, that's one of the things I'm going to discuss first. All the different committees that we have in our own district. That's just District 23C. Each district governor can come up with their own ideas for committees, and they change. Some are very basic, and some are repetitive from each district. But individual committees are also developed. One of our big ones that we support is Camp Rising Sun.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you, that was the first time. Everyone has a story, and I know you have one because I've heard it.
Yeah.
But you talk about the first time you become a Lion. I was a Lion. I joined 15 years ago. But it wasn't until I really went to the Camp Rising Sun that I realized I am a Lion through my heart. In fact, I'm sorry, but I'm almost tearing up to think I went to see these children in Camp Rising Sun, which is in Colebrook, Connecticut. Yeah. And these are children with cancer. And that's another thing we help. And they're there. You see a little boy running around with prostheses, legs, arms. And the one little boy was making a joke of me because I was a little heavier in those days, about 40 pounds more. Yeah. And if you're the first-time attendee at this ceremony they have down at Camp Rising Sun, they ask you to slide down the big tube that takes you down to almost to the water. So when I got ready to do my little tube, he says, oh, I don't think he should go through. He's too fat. He'll get stuck in the middle. So he laughed, everyone laughed, and that's when I really looked at him and I thought, my heart is here. I'm going to help everything. And you mentioned earlier about fundraisers. They're actually doing a fundraiser for the Camp Rising Sun, which will be November 3rd at the Ocean Beach Park.
That's right, yeah.
And that'll be a big fundraiser. Yeah. So if anyone's interested in finding out about that and more about the Camp Rising Sun, please contact me. And
we should point out that everybody in that camp has cancer.
Every
and
child.
They're all children, and some do not come back.
No.
Unfortunately, they go home and never.
And that was the sad part, because you never know if you're going to see this boy again next year.
But the nice thing is they're all bald.
Yeah,
and they don't make fun of each other, so there's no animosity or anything. There's nobody ridiculing them or bullying them. they're all in the same thing together.
That's correct. And like I said, there's a camaraderie there, because they don't feel like they're set aside from everyone else. And another one of our committees would be the diabetes, and we do the same thing. I spent this summer, I went up to the Clara Barton camp up in Oxford, Mass, which is a diabetes camp for children up to, I think it's 18 years old, from earlier in life, like 7 or 8 years old. Well, anyway, these children all have type 1 diabetes, and they carry around a little monitor, and they check each other, and they're just as happy as can be, because there may be one child in a school that has type 1 diabetes, and they're walking around, and the other children can be cruel, and all of a sudden they're up there now with 40, 50, 100 children all in the same boat, and it's such a wonderful thing.
And what's the other camp is
the Jocelyn Clinic, and that's for boys. I didn't get a chance to go to that one this year, but they do the same thing as the Clara Barton, only it's for boys, and they do keep the two camps separate, and it's really nice because of the activities.
And we send how many every year?
This past year was probably one of our biggest years, and we sent, I believe it was 14 people. And we collect money for that during the year, and we have special committees that go around trying to do fundraisers.
And how much?
It was about $1,400 per camper,
person.
per camper per week.
Per week.
And some get 2 weeks if we have enough funds left over. CLRF. Now that's an acronym for Connecticut Lions Eye Research Foundation. That's another one of our big agencies.
Close to my heart.
I know that was a big one for you. And it's been close. I joined the board of directors of that about 2 years ago. And I've been very involved with that. I just went to a meeting this Monday night up at the Manor Inn in Southington. And we're doing fundraisers for that in coordination with Yale University, or Yale Hospital, I should say. And it's the hospital, not the university. But we're doing special fundraisings for that. And it's just amazing, the research that they've been doing.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, the laser surgery was developed there.
That's correct.
And it was our money that
helped do it.
And for a while, any lion could get laser surgery for free.
Yep.
I don't know if that's still true.
As far as I know, they either get subsidized or they get it free.
Okay.
The lions are well recognized at Yale Hospital. There's plaques up there.
We built it.
And they thank us completely. In fact, we're on a big initiative now, actually 2 of them. One to come up with $1 million more for research and for helping buying pediatric equipment.
When they started out, it was a small building, a small room.
Yep.
And we told them that we'd be happy to fund it. However, no payroll. We pay nothing for payroll. Right. And all of our money goes into research. And we built a new wing 10 years ago, maybe, and put a new wing on there, and it's just phenomenal what they do in there for eye research.
Oh, it is. It is. We periodically will have what we refer to as the midwinter conference, where we'll get all 3 of the districts together, and we'll get a speaker out of Yale, and they'll come up and they'll show us slides and videos of what they've done for research. And they've got, they had, about 2 years ago, they had a doctor that was showing the pediatric area, and he had the little children and what they've done, the laser surgery on them. It's phenomenal, phenomenal. Chris Radio is another big one from our district, and I'm sure some of the other districts are involved with this as well. And that's CRIS, C-R-I-S, but it stands for Connecticut Radio Information System. Now that's available to anyone that is declared legally blind. And you don't have to be totally blind, but there's a certain percentage of viewing that puts you into that category. Now, this is a radio that we'll provide to them from the Lions Club at no cost to them. There's a station that they can listen to. We have volunteers, and again, this is a request to anyone that's out there that might like to help out and learn more about the Lions. We need people, volunteers, that will go and read, sit in the audience, sit in the room where they have this recording of the CRIS Radio, and read the newspaper to them. I mean, they read every major issue on the paper. These people cannot read this.
And advertising.
And advertising. So you'll find out about that 30% sale somewhere. But it's amazing. We get so many letters of praise thanking us for doing this, and it does burn out some of the volunteers until we get extra ones. But we're always looking. So.
But it's a tremendous service.
Yep. A big initiative that started in our own district and throughout the Lions Club worldwide is called the GLT and the GMT, which is the Global Leadership Team, the Global Membership Team. And these are people that have been past district governors that are all familiar with the process of running the Lions Club itself, what to do with helping clubs that may be losing membership, or even just helping clubs if they want to try a new initiative, a new project in their own club for fundraising. They're available, and this has been something that we've really found is helpful in our district, and we use it to the max. The Groton, the Global Leadership Team is actually coming up with something in April where they're going to take 20 members from each of the 3 districts and send them to an emerging Lions Club. People that they want to give a full orientation. Each club does an orientation, but this is going to be people that are just really interested in moving up through the leadership roles. And we'll have a weekend seminar for them, and it'll be great. So there'll be 60 people going to that.
Wow.
From the multiple district itself. Yeah. We just did a hearing and speech and an eye screening up at Rocky Hill for the veterans.
Okay.
I went up there, this is about my 4th year, I believe. I've gone, we have like Dr. Keith Lemire, who's from the Groton area, Dr. Stephen Pelizzonis from up in the Berlin area. We have many, many people that have come. Ken Starts and his wife from the hearing section here in Groton. They have all volunteered their time. They come up there. We screened almost 300 people between the eye screenings and the hearing screenings of the 1,000 veterans that came up there. And it's a heartwarming feeling to know that you're helping veterans that have been homeless.
Well, the good part, too, is that some of these people don't know their eyes are as bad as they are. And we have the opportunity to tell them, to get them to a doctor so they can have the correction made, get glasses or whatever.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. It's really just a wonderful feeling knowing that we can do that to help people.
And sometimes we even pay for the glasses.
That's right. We do have eyeglass collections, though, all over the town. So take a look in your Walmarts and some of the other stores, and you'll see them in the Groton Library and the senior centers. And not only Groton, I'm saying that because I'm from this area, but
and at the
all
casinos.
towns. Yeah, at the casinos. I want to thank Foxwoods just recently. I went up and picked up about 5 full boxes of eyeglasses that they had saved. The lost and found. No one claimed them, and they'll go to great use.
And that's another thing, glasses. People wonder what we do with the glasses.
Yeah.
We ship them out to Sri Lanka or wherever.
All over the world.
Places that need them. And the people aren't really tested. They go through this pile of glasses and try to fit them on. And one guy's walking away with a pair of pink glasses. I remember the pictures of that in pink glasses, but he could see.
Yeah.
That's all he cared. He didn't care if it was pink or purple or whatever color.
Yeah. And what they're even actually going a little further than that now. We had an eyeglass collection just a few months back, and we'd had each of the clubs bring them to a center location, which was up at the Farmers Club in Colchester, and we shipped off 15,320 pairs to the recycle section in New Jersey, and they will go through those glasses. They'll take them out of the lens, take the lenses out of the glasses themselves. They'll have people there and know exactly what the prescription was, and they'll match up. They'll have this, so if someone comes in Colombia, South America, when we go down there to do some screenings, and they test their eyes, and they'll say, okay, where's the bag of the 2040s or the whatever it is, and they'll match them up, and you'll see we've seen the videos of the young faces saying, oh my God, I can see, I see my father, or I see my mother, or an older person saying they saw their grandchild for the first time ever. So it's a very touching, emotional thing. But we're doing other things in this area, which is with the glasses also, and eyes, which is called the Lions Low Vision. And it's a Lions, Southeastern Connecticut Lions Low Vision Center. And through contacting myself or Tom, we could certainly give people the address to reach them. We have a wonderful technician that comes around to the area. She'll go throughout the entire district. She comes to senior centers on occasion. She will give you things to help your eyesight.
Now, let me explain, because I was president of Low Vision.
Yeah.
And the idea of low vision is that you go into your doctor, you've got macular degeneration, they can't do anything else for you. That's when we step in with low vision. The Carol goes in and checks you out and maybe fits you with magnifying glasses, maybe more light, because the darkness is one of the factors that they have. And it's free. And that's right. I mean, she comes in with magnifyings that are worth $50 and just
exactly
freebie.
We've certainly given out many over the year. On occasion, we'll have someone that is thankful. They've come in, their status has changed a little bit, and they'll make a donation.
Yeah.
But which is always appreciated. But it's something just as simple as going in that will help someone that can't see by putting a red dot on their stove or refrigerator or whatever, to show that's where you turn your dial to. They can't see the dial, but they can spot the red light.
Or a bump.
A bump, anything, just something to see. But it's something just as simple as that. And they're available to help anyone. So we just have to contact them. They're available. You can go to that website that was shown earlier in the program, and the www.lions20district23c.org. And that would get you to a place where you can find
it. There it is. It's on the screen.
And we're going to do we're getting close, so I just want to run just through a couple more before, if you don't mind. The service dog liaison. We deal with many different seeing eye dogs and helping with autistic children. The humanitarian recognition, that's something that's very important. We do that locally. We try to get someone local in the area and give them a recognition night. The Leos, one of our biggest things. These are the Lions. The Leos are the young children that hopefully will become Lions later on. The Scouting Liaison. One of our other big ones is the Women and Families in Lions. And we have a person that's a committee chairman for that, Mary Roberts. And that's one of our biggest pushes. We have 27% of Lions now are women, and that's only in the past 25 years.
Wow.
It wasn't until 1987. But our district has almost 2,000 people. There's about 6,000 in the multiple district, A, B, and C. But please, if anyone is interested in finding more about the Lions, please contact myself or Tom, or go to that website.
Yes.
And they'll help you.
We have, the Lions does so much more. I remember one time where a kid had jumped in a swimming pool, broke his neck. We bought him a bed. Oh. So it's not just statewide or international. It's local. Well, how many people we've done so much for?
Oh yeah.
And we try to help everybody. But contact one of us, because we can try to help you with trying to get into membership. And we also have fundraisers. Watch your newspapers, because we always have fundraisers. And we're going to have to close. So keep an eye on us, because we're going to bring in some more people. We'll bring some of the district chairmen in.
Exactly. Some of these committees that I just mentioned, we'll have one or two of them come and speak in a few weeks, and then we'll have a couple of different ones. But we want to give everybody the information as much as we can.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And appreciate you being here.
Thank you. And we're not just eyeglass collection people.
No, we're not. And we're not just eyes. We do everything.
Thank you. Everything. Thank you so much.
So.